It's hard to tell this time of year, but Pricklethicket in the summertime is almost completely shaded, the whole thing. So that makes landscaping and that kind of stuff kind of challenging. And since I was impatient and I didn't want to wait until we had stuff cleared and got everything situated to have some kind of cute little rock garden, I decided to do a moss garden. So this is my moss spiral. It has probably 10 different kinds of moss. Um, Moss is kind of super for landscaping because if you have a source of moss, which we have it everywhere here, so it's very easy to collect, you have an instant garden. Like it pretty much looked like this from the moment I put it in. Now I've heard a lot of different ways that you can mix it with buttermilk and put it on rocks and things to grow moss. And I think that might work, but you have to have your conditions right to begin with. Moss does not like sunlight. It doesn't like direct sunlight. It can dry out, but not too often. It needs moisture. It stays green all year. It kind of gets less green when it's dry, but it's beautiful green color as soon as it rains, like 10 minutes, in 10 minutes. So I did this one, and then shortly after that, we went ahead and did the roof to the hovel in moss as well. I've always wanted to do a living roof. I just love them. I think they're so pretty. My dream was to have a house with like wildflower flowers on the top, but that just wasn't an option here because it's too shady. So there's no way that I could grow those things. However, we have tons of moss and the hovel's completely shaded in the summer as well. So we decided to just gather, I think it took 6 5-gallon buckets of different kinds of mosses that we put down up there to cover the roof. And I'll take you up there so you can see it because I think it's pretty cool. So let's go up the ladder and I'll show you my other moss garden, my giant moss garden. Okay, so this is the roof of the hovel, and as you can see, it's completely covered with moss. Then moss doesn't need very much soil, so there's probably less than an inch of soil under this moss. And this area is almost completely shaded in the summertime by that oak right in front of us. And then this maple that I'm hanging on to, the maple especially. There is some maintenance on this. I do have to come up every once in a while and take the sticks off. I go ahead and pull up any grass that comes up, but there are some other little plants that I just leave alone. And then in the fall, when the acorns fall, I do need to come and pull the acorns and toss them off because I really don't want oak trees growing on here. But I think in the summertime, when it's hot and dry, we'll be able to mist this because this absorbs a lot of water. We should be able to mist it, and then the evaporation from the moss should actually help cool the hovel. It never actually gets hot like a asphalt or even a metal roof does. It always stays cool to the touch even when it's really hot outside, so that's a huge advantage. Okay, let's get back down this ladder. So what do you think? Is moss gardening something that you would like to try? Do you have a spot where it's maybe the north side of your house or under some bushes or something that just needs a little green? Well, you might want to think about doing one of these moss gardens. because they're super easy to take care of. They're great for instant gratification. And I just love mine. So is there anything else you want to see? If you have any questions, just drop me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We love to see you. I do my very best to answer everyone's comment. So until next time.